Hello everyone, this is Vinay here from Learn Coding with Vinay, and I would like to welcome you to my channel, which is Learn Coding with Vinay-SQL for Devs. In this mini video series, we are going to look into a real world business scenario and how to convert it into a good database design. Right. So if you have ever wondered how real world applications decide their tables, relationship between those tables, columns, their data types, then you are watching the right video. Stay tuned with this video series. Right. So let me take you to the small business example that that is running in our area. Right. So in our area, actually, there are drinking water vendors who comes on a daily basis or maybe on an alternate day basis to area nearby us, and they deliver the water bottles, right, to their customers. Right. So usually they come with a three-wheeler or four-wheeler tempo. They'll bring some 40-50 gallons of waters, and based on their customer wherever they are residing, they will come to them and deliver the water. A customer can take maybe one water bottle, maybe two water bottle, right, depending on their usage. Sometimes customer can order more than that, let's say 10-15 gallon of waters also, depending on any special occasion at their home, maybe a birthday party or maybe a small get together at the home, something like that, right? So this is the one part of it, right? Now this is ideally an overall picture of how a business runs. So there are vendors who sells water to the customers, right? A very big picture. Now let's try to think this as from this as a vendor perspective, right? So over here, if you see, there are three key actors or users, I would say. Right. First one is the vendor who sells the water. Right. Second one is the customers, households basically, who buys the water. Right. Then the third one are the vendors basically, vendors employee basically. So the way they work, the way business work in our area is every time they come with a small tempo or some small mini truck or something like that, they'll have one driver and two to three helpers, right? So helper will deliver actually water to the each household, right? So key actors are vendor, customer, and vendor employees. Basically, we will consider driver and helpers as vendor employees, right? So these are the key actors in this business. All right. Now let's try to think of vendor perspective, and let's try to understand this diagram also just beside it. So as a vendor, they are collecting the water bottles, they are delivering it to customer, and the current offline process is something like that on every household they had given us a card. So on every card, they'll make an entry of how many gallons they deliver for that particular day of a month, right? And once the month is over, they will come and collect. They'll calculate the water bottles count, and based on the that count, they'll charge the customer. So customer have to pay once in a month, right? The customer can also track, what kind of how many transactions they have done, basically how many water bottles they have bought, right? Then the amount of money they have spent behind drinking water, right? So customer can also track that. Now again, coming back to vendors will come with a vehicle, so definitely vendors would like to check the vehicle kilometer counts on every month, so he or she can track how much vehicle is utilized in their business, how much amount of petrol they are putting in, right? Something like that. Then the vendor employees. So usually these kind of in this kind of business, the vendor employees are basically either paid on a per day basis, or sometimes they be salaried. For example, in this example, the helpers who are delivering water bottle can have a per day salary, right? While the driver can be a person who might be working as a salaried person, right? So based on that, vendor will pay out them the salary or daily wage, whatever it is, right? And now daily wages, vendor can decide he or she want to give it on a daily basis, or again on a month basis, right? Then these are the things involved around a vendor. So in this business, these are the things vendors are involved in: delivery, card entry, then their earning, then giving their employee salary, vehicle check, right? And then collect money, right? So these are the things vendors involved in. Now from the vendor employee perspective, they should be able to track their working days and their salary also, right? So that's the second part. And the third part, customer, the main actor or main kind of user in this application are the customer. And in any, actually not only this, in any customers are the main actor, or I would say main thing, because the business, the whole business is depend on the customer only, right? So customer, so if we think from a customer's perspective, then customer should be able to view their daily transaction, monthly transaction, their spending behind these drinking water bottles, right? All those things they should be able to track. So keeping all this in mind, we will try to design a good database. Also, we'll also try to keep in mind that we might be working on a web application or mobile application. It can be anything, right? But the backend will be, there has to be some rdbms database that covers all this process, right? So basically, aspects related to all this process should be converted into a tabular structure data, and they should be stored into a database, so that later it can be used by various actors for their own purpose, right? Vendor, customer, vendor employees, etc, right? So if you find this business case exciting, stay tuned with the video series and hit like button and subscribe to my channel, which is Learn Coding with Vinay -SQL for Dev, right? And we will start working on the database from the next video. So see you in the next video. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching this video.